Have you ever woken up feeling well rested? You turn over, look at your fitness tracker, and it tells you that you're not, and that you should take a rest day. So you end up taking a rest day even when you don't feel like it or feel like you need to. If this is you, you're not alone. I've spoken to many people that have experienced the exact same thing, and this is one of the main reasons why I don't like fitness trackers. Whoop bands and Oura rings have been pushed by pretty much everyone, including Andrew Huberman, Chris Williamson, and Stephen Bartlett. There's many other people that promote them, and the main reason is what cannot be measured cannot be improved. I get where they're coming from, and I get the whole idea. The main things they measure: sleep rate, calorie burn, heart rate, and your HRV, your heart rate variability. Heart rate variability is basically the measure of variation between heartbeats. With the Whoop, it's used to determine your recovery, and Oura ring, your readiness. Basically your readiness to actually do another workout. So yes, they can give you some valuable insights on what's affecting your recovery, what's affecting your sleep, and then you can make some key interventions and see how that impacts things. But you can actually do that without the band. You can look at things like affect your sleep, things you change or things you switch around with a bit of research. My main issue with these fitness trackers is, it probably goes without saying, they don't know how you feel. They don't know your current mental state. So what can happen is you can consult your fitness tracker and then be like, but I feel like I'm okay to work out, and then you don't work out. And then what that does is that can interrupt your consistency, and it can mean that on days you actually feel really good and ready to work out, you're not able to work out because you've looked at your fitness tracker and it's told you not to work out. And the same goes for the other way around. Say you had a really bad sleep and you don't feel like working out. Imagine it tells you, which I've heard it does in some cases, tells you that you're okay to work out. It's fine to work out. When in reality, it's also fine to have actually taken that day off. So it doesn't know how you feel in that moment of time. You might be thinking, I'll know when I can, I'll know when I can't, and I just won't do it. But then what's the point of having this fitness tracker if you're not gonna actually listen to it? A big issue with the Whoop band is certain wrist movements can actually affect its ability to accurately track your heart rate. So you've got to be careful in terms of how you move your wrist, and sometimes like when you're asleep and stuff like that, you can't fully control it, especially when you're doing exercise, which it's intended for. So then that feeds back to your HRV and then can affect your score. Then you've got stuff like steps, which you can track on your phone anyway. So as you may have gathered by this video, I'm not a fan of these fitness trackers. Will they get better in the future? Maybe. Is the Oura ring slightly better? Potentially, but then again, it's on your finger, which can interfere when you lift weights. I just think that there are more important things to focus on right now than these minor things. If you've got everything down, you've got your nutrition, you've got your sleep, you're getting consistent results, you're progressing in every way, and then you want to just track some data on the side, some extra data, then you can do this. Then you can buy a band. You can buy a band anyway, but you have to remember that it can negatively impact your relationship with training, because if you're relying on a tracker and your tracker is not accurately measuring your heart rate, that's feeding back to your HRV, and then you're not working out, and then you're working out when you don't feel great. You can see how this can be a problem. And I just feel like it's just another thing. We could go on forever. We could track your blood glucose levels. We can continuously track every single thing. Instead, there's more value in tracking your weights lifted, how strong you're getting. I'd love to know your experience. If you've had any experience with the Whoop band, the Oura ring, anything like that, comment below. I'd love to know how you found it. Some people swear by them, but most people I know that have been using them for 6 to 12 months, that know a bit about health and fitness in their body, they actually just stop because of the reasons I mentioned. And the main reason being the inability of the band or the ring to track how you actually feel. Anyway, that's all for today. A nice, quick and short one. Any questions at all, comment below. Deeper questions, feel free to send me a message on Instagram @AdamScottFit. Have the best day ever, and we'll talk soon.